So I've started this video a couple of times. It's a little hard for me to not sound, I just sound bitter right now listening to myself talk. My name is Sarah, still here. A year ago I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and it's been, well, it's March, so it's been 10 months, I think that's right, and it's been a lot, and I think I'm done. Not done. Done. Not done with life. I'm done with this life. I'm done with, I think I'm done with chemo. I still have 2 more infusions to do, but I don't think I can bring myself to do them. My plan was to sort of get on here and kind of talk about the decision. I haven't actually made the decision yet. I just feel really strongly about it, and it's not that I feel strongly against chemo. I just feel strongly against chemo for me. It's a really, really hard decision because I think people think you're being irresponsible if you don't do it, but I realized that I wasn't doing chemo because I thought it was going to help me. I mean, it has helped me, it did help me, but I don't think I know that it's not the only option, but its effect on my quality of life, I think, is not a factor that should be ignored, and I've been ignoring its impact. Can't say I've been ignoring its impact because it's been all-consuming. The impact that chemo's had on my mental health, on my stress levels, on my quality of life, not being able to get out of bed for days. And even when I'm not on chemo, usually chemo leaves me with such terrible constipation that I'm at risk for a blockage, which would be devastating. I sound like a bitch again. I'm just like, I can't do it. And I don't know if this is just my personality. Like, I don't make these decisions in the beginning. Like, I try my best, and I try and make the best decisions that I can in life initially. If I'm presented with something, I think that I'm pretty good about getting educated on something, and especially when it comes to my health or my life, like decision to open or close a business, the decision for my health, the decision, who I let into my life and not, and how I spend my time. I'm pretty particular and also pretty protective over my quality of life. But chemo is sort of one of those things that you are expected to give up your quality of life in order to treat by way of chemotherapy and radiation and surgery and all that stuff. And it just becomes, your quality of life becomes, how am I trying to say this? It becomes something that it becomes like a casualty of staying alive. But I'm not staying alive. I'm crouched over in pain. From the day I start chemo until, if I'm lucky, I can get out of it. I can get out of the pain cycle within like 7 days and get back to work. If I'm unlucky, I don't want to say unlucky, but if I'm having a particularly tough time with the chemo, if I'm having a tough time with blockages and not being able to move waste through my system, I'm going on so 7, 8, 9 going on 9 days of being in pain, not being able to get out of bed, crying constantly. I'm scared more for myself being on chemo than I am scared for myself not being on chemo. And even though I haven't 100% made the decision yet, I tried to put myself in my shoes. That is, if I had made the decision to stop chemo, how would I feel? And I would feel relieved. And I would feel like I'd have my power back, and I'd feel like I'd have my life back. And if I have my life back and I have myself back, like, I feel unstoppable. Like, in my life and in my health, I just want everything out of my body. Like, I'm tired of the pain medication. You know, I'm physically addicted to that, you know, which is not that big of a deal to wean off of it, but it's something that, you know, I always have to have on board. And at some point I'm gonna have to wean off of that. I still haven't talked to I've talked to my doctor here locally, but I haven't talked to my oncologist yet. You know, so I just want to be off all the medications in due time, of course. I don't want chemo on board. I'm not doing radiation. Surgery, fine. You know, I want to have the colostomy bag removed. But I feel more scared for myself with the chemo than I do without. Which, for me, you know, I don't really care about people's opinions. I care about certain people's opinions very highly, but like general, you know, I don't really care if someone thinks I'm being irresponsible if I stop chemo. But there is a part of me that doesn't want to like worry my friends or my family, but I realize that that's why I was doing it. It's because I didn't want to scare people who love me. I have never thought more about taking my own life than I have being on chemo. And that's a strong statement. You know, it's not something I have a plan for, or something that I'm gonna do. It's not something I want at all. But the being in pain all of the time, having something in my body that I don't want in my body, that loss of control and that feeling scared for myself, you know, do it, as much support as I have, like, I'm still doing this alone. You know, if I'm not doing chemo, I have to work as much as I can to keep feeling secure, because, you know, I don't want cancer and then also be homeless or, you know, be incapacitated or whatever it is. You know, it's a complicated decision that I have to make. And I don't make those decisions until I've reached a point of just not being able to go any further. Like, I want to do what people want me to do, or I want people to be happy, or feel secure, or not feel scared for me. But, you know, I don't know why I'm angry. I don't know why I'm angry. I'm not angry at cancer. I'm not angry at chemo. I'm not angry at the health system. I'm not angry at myself. I guess I just have to get to a point of frustration or a point of no return where I don't want this anymore. Not making sense. So I'm going to try and keep this around 10 minutes. So anyways, I know my family, of course, and I know my friends, and I know that they support me. Whatever I did. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I did chemo not for other people, but because I was afraid that I wasn't strong enough to survive cancer on my own. Maybe I didn't have faith enough in myself. Maybe I was afraid that I would make the wrong decision, so I just made the decision that everyone else makes, or the sort of obvious decision. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that. Maybe I'll come back with a more cohesive video, but this is where I'm at. All right. If you're still here, thanks for listening. Bye.